So coming to your chair, going to sit in an upright, comfortable position. You may want some padding on the base of your chair, potentially a little folded towel or something to help lift your sit bones. You may require a block or books or cushions underneath your feet, and you may also want a cushion behind you that you use to support your lumbar, depending on the shape of the chair that you have available to you. When you're ready, bring your awareness into your body. Allow yourself to settle in your seat. Aware of the soles of your feet on the floor or your support. The weight of your pelvis supported by the chair. Resting your hands either lightly on your lap, palms down, or if you prefer, palms up. Palms up is welcoming and opening. Palms down is staying within us. And it's whichever feels comfortable for you. There's no right or wrong. As you settle, feel your breath leaving your body and emptying your lungs gently. And as you do that, allow the shoulders to begin to settle a little further down. Your head comes to sit on top. And there's a sense of an extension up through the base of your skull, and perhaps shifting your head back a little. You may choose to close your eyes and follow your breath for a moment. If you find it helpful, you could place a hand on your chest and one on your belly, and allow that movement of your hands to indicate your breath. Do you feel the breath moving both hands? Is the breath predominantly in the bottom hand, or perhaps in the top hand? You might, if you find that it's less in the top, more in the bottom, as you breathe out, you could draw the belly back. Hold the belly back lightly as you begin to breathe in, and see if that allows you to breathe a little more easily at the top. And then letting go of the belly, let the breath continue breathing in. Conversely, if your breath is mostly at the top, as you breathe out, draw the belly back, but instead of focusing on the top, focus on the bottom as you breathe in. And you encourage that hand to be moved by the breath. So we can use the hands in whatever way is appropriate for our body and how our breath is. As you breathe out, send its way just a little more. And then fill that space you've created. Breathe out a little further away. Further, 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 further. And then invite the breath back in. As if you're clearing out a room, and then you had to bring everything back into the room. Emptying a packet, and then you have to refill the packet, whatever way you like to look at it, or a jug, whatever you feel is appropriate for you. And then releasing your hands and allowing yourself to breathe naturally for you. And we'll begin with the awareness in the hands and arms. Lifting your hands lightly wherever they're comfortable and spreading the fingers out as wide as you can. And keeping a stretch across the palms of the hands. As you breathe out, turn the palms up towards the ceiling or down if they start to turn up. Take a deep breath in. Stretch across the hands, and as you breathe out, turn the palms the other way. Spread the fingers out as wide as you can, extending into every part of the hand. As you breathe out one more time, turning the hands up. And then gently release that stretch. You may want to make your hands into a gentle fist, being aware that if you have joints that are a little tight at the moment, we're not forcing them. And then drum your fingers. You may wish to drum them on your legs. See whether it's possible to go little finger to first finger. How we can control our fingers. And then can we tap just the first fingers on each hand? And then the middle fingers on each hand. Then the ring fingers on each hand. And maybe the little fingers on each hand. With the fingertips touching down, it's easier to control the last two fingers. And the little fingers tap. And the ring fingers tap. And the little fingers stay so light, quite challenging. And then the middle fingers can tap. And the first fingers can tap. And the thumbs can tap. And we can turn the palms over. And we can touch our thumb to our first finger. Then to our middle finger. Then to our ring finger. And then to little finger. Little finger, and going back, ring finger, middle finger, and first finger. And with this, we can say a chant to ourselves. We say it out loud. So sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Keep it going, and then saying it silently to yourself with the taps. In your rhythm. Ta, ta, na, ma. Couple more. Let's get back to your first finger again. And rest. Experience for a moment how you feel. It's a nice practice to keep you centered and keep you focused. It helps the brain to come in, and tapping the fingers stimulates the nerve endings in the fingers, and it joins up with the link between the brain and the hands. And you can do it while you're walking. So if you're out for a walk and you want to stay present, you can walk along, touching each finger and perhaps saying Satanama. Satnam, Satanama, Satnam means my name, as in your true name, your true self. So that's what it translates as. Satnam, my name, my true identity, as opposed to the names that we have given to our daughter, wife, husband, whatever it might be. Alright. So I'm going to move the arms a little more now. You might want to shuffle forward a little bit or untie your cushion behind you. And let the arms drop beside you. So working with a bending using the biceps, that's the muscles at the front of the upper arm. We'll turn the palms to faces. If you wish to, you can make a fist to give yourself a little more resistance. Entirely up to you and what's going on in your hand. So keeping the elbows alongside the body, breathe in where you are. As you breathe out, bend those elbows and pull those fists towards your shoulders. Breathe in as you open the arms back down again, and breathe out as you pull those wrists towards the shoulders. Continue working with your breath. Give a little resistance if you can, and on the way down, so almost holding those muscles in your upper arms as you go down and as you come up. If you're using resistance bands, obviously that will give us that additional resistance. One more time. And pausing, letting go of the hands and perhaps bring triggering the arm. So observing any sensation that you already have in that muscle at the front of the arm, we're going to move it forwards now and lift it a little higher. Same place. So if you find that you're doing too many and it's becoming uncomfortable, please resist. So lifting the arms this time a little bit higher, maybe up to shoulder height, and making those fists again if that's comfortable for you. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, keeping those elbows where they are, bend the hands towards the shoulders. Breathe in, elbows stay where they are. Breathing out, bend the fists towards the shoulders. Continue. Resistance coming to you and resistance going away as you can. Be aware of not too much tension in the shoulders. Of course, we are working those for holding the arms back. One more time. And releasing the arms. Let them go. Once again, aware. Maybe that's affected those muscles more than it did before. So we're going to encourage the back of the arm to work now. And we're going to bend the elbows, have the hands. If you want to, again, you can make a fist. If you have a chair that's very broad and you're going to crash into it, then you may need to come forward a little further. So as you breathe in, you're staying here. As you breathe out, you're pushing the elbows back. And you're bringing the elbows back beside you. Breathe out, push the elbows back. Breathe in, push the elbows as far as you can back. See if you can find some sensation in the back of those upper arms. Not so much between the shoulder blades, so they may also be pulling together. One more time. And release it. So to make that one a little more challenging, if it's appropriate for you, we can take the elbow up quite high. So the hand that we had before, we lift the elbow to there, but if it's possible, we're going to lift the elbow even higher. And you may want to do this one arm at a time, so you can coordinate that. You might want to start with your right one. So the fist is behind me, and the elbow is up. And then I'm going to breathe out and begin to straighten my arm and breathe in, pull it down. And I'm going to aim to keep my elbow as high as I can. Now, if you find this is too strong and starts to get too much, then perhaps taking the elbow out to the side and doing it more there. Still affecting that tricep at the back. That's where you're feeling it. That's what you're doing. When you've done the next one, allow that elbow to drop. Release that arm. And notice the difference between the two sides. So hopefully we're working well and there's some sensation down there and not really much sensation down there. Making your fist, either bringing your elbow up alongside your ear or, as we said before, out to the side. And breathing in and out. In. Remembering that if you find this is getting too tough, take the arm out to the side, if that's better for you. One more time. And then releasing that arm. Experiencing it as well done. So lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, squeeze and letting go. The shoulders up towards the ears, squeeze and let them go. One more time. So having stretched those back to the arms, we'll give them a little release now. Let's bring them across the body, and you can take your other hand onto your upper arm above your elbow, and if it's possible, draw that arm across to wherever it goes, and then drop the shoulder down. If it's more comfortable there, depending on what feels a good stretch on that area. Maybe doing that one, bending sides, holding the forearm or the upper arm, whichever you find is easier while dropping that shoulder. Your stretch for you. And release. Then bringing those arms out and stretching them backwards, as far as they will go. Shoulders down, arms as far back as they can get if you've got space to do that. And feel that you're trying to pull the backs of your hands together, just gently. A gentle bounce, very softly. If it's causing any discomfort, please desist. And rest. So aware of where you felt that movement. If we do a similar thing, but this time with the elbows bent, we're pulling the elbows in towards the waist and down, and just pushing those elbows together. This should hopefully take the sensation a little further down in the back. It may also be across the chest, depending on how tight that is. And release. So aware of our spine and how that's feeling. We take ourselves into a forward bend, so you fold at the tops of your legs and hinge yourself forward, keeping your butt into the line. Back down to the floor, breathe in, come back up. Think of leading with your navel, then your breastbone, then your throat. So your head is the last thing coming forward. Sometimes we like to lead with our head. So come back to sit up tall and imagining your book on top of your head, and you have to carry that on top of your head all the time you're coming forward. And then the next time, those who want to hand around their back and fold themselves along their legs as low as you can go, subject, remember, to your eyes and any other issues that you may have. So going into a deep forward bend can be very releasing for the back. Often if we're sitting a long time, we get a bit stiff and we may want to go backwards, but we may also want to go much further forward. So when you feel ready, bring yourself back up to sit, checking in through your back. And then you can either cross over an ankle over on your feet, or if you're comfortable, cross your knees. But only do that if it's comfortable, otherwise just have the ankles crossed. So the ankle that we've crossed over, we're going to turn to the opposite side. So if you've got your right ankle crossed over, you're rotating to the left. And just look around, take your chest to the left, and breathe. And coming back to the front, keep the ankles in that position and turn to the other side, which will probably be a little more difficult. So simply going where you can go. This is more of a closing twist, whereas we went the other side, it was an opening twist. You can have your hand on the outside of your right leg, give you a little push. Just be careful you're not pushing yourself around. And back to the center. Experiencing that sensation you've had in your back and untying the leg. And then crossing the other ankle or thigh, whatever feels right for you. And so that the one that's on top, when we turn towards that, the one that's in front, when we turn towards that leg, that's our closing twist. So to begin, we're going to opening twist. We're going back to the right again. So whatever ankle or knee you have the highest, you're turning the opposite way to that. Feel your rotation is coming from your bottom ribs and then from your breastbone, throat, and finally head face. Returning back to the center, leaving the legs where they are, drawing up through the crown of the head, and softly taking those ribs around to the left, then the chest around to the left, then the throat around to the left, and the head around to the left. Find your breath. Then returning back to the front once more, untying those legs. Well done. So we've done a little bit of back bending with the arms. If we want to, we can take our hands onto the chair and simply open the buttons to the front of our body and lengthen that way. And the back bend. Be aware that the head isn't the thing that's most going back. See if you can lift the chest more, and then releasing back a little. You may want to give yourself a little wiggle. So I wonder if you have to hand, and if you don't, and you're watching this as a recording, you could pause the video at this point and pop in the kitchen. If you have pieces of kitchen towel, so this is 2 times 2, so there's a perforated bit in the middle that I'm not splitting. So I've got 2 of them, and they're 1 for each foot. So I'm going to put 1 to the side for a moment while I focus on one. And we're going to fold that long ways in half, a bit of our Blue Peter moment. And then we're going to fold it again long ways, and then again long ways. And you may want to just roll that last bit up, or you may not, depending on how big and fat you want it. So we're making a little long sausage with our piece of it. And you can just sort of squash it down into a roll, and you've got a nice long thing. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to put it between our toes. So obviously reaching your toes is a challenge. What I suggest you do is move your block out of the way. Put your ankle across your shin. Then you can move it a little further up, and you may then want to be able to bring your hand up and hold it visibly rested. If you can do that, then do so. And put near one end between your big toe and your next toe. And then turn it around and thread it through the next toe. And then come back again, like you're weaving through the next toe. And then weave back through the next, between the little toes. And then you're coming back again, and you're weaving between the toes back again, if you can. If it's possible for your toes to be woven through, back again. And push the tissue down gently between the toes, and then you've got this nice, like, bandaging effect between your toes. And mine split, so very annoying. You have to try and poke that back up. And then you can take the other one, and you can fold it in thirds or halves or whatever you want to do. And then you can roll it up into a sausage. Obviously, the smaller and tighter your sausage, the easier it will go between your legs. So you may find you want to lightly roll it tighter. And while you're doing this one, obviously there's effect happening hopefully on your other one, the other foot. And if you're able to lift your foot up, putting it between your big toe and going around your toes, in between them, coming back. This is very like those things you can get for painting toenails or for stretching toes. But the things that they have that are plastic are very rigid, and they're only one size. With this, you can make it any size you require for your toes, and you can push it down. And there you go. Got this nice little pretty thing going on with your feet. And when you stand on them or have them fixed in your toes, you'll find that they are stretching your toes apart. When you've achieved that, we're still sitting on our chair with our toes working. They're working while we're sitting here. So we can lift up onto our toes with those still in between our toes and come back down. So if you haven't got your tissue between your toes, don't worry about it, your kitchen roll. You can do this another time. Lifting you up onto your toes and down. Up onto your toes and down. Up onto your toes and down. And then bringing your awareness to your legs, engaging through the center of your body. Hands can be on your knees if that's helpful. And lifting the leg and lowering the leg. Lifting the leg and lowering the leg. Up, down. up, down, in, out. And then a little faster. And then you're lifting up hands. As the leg comes up, the hand comes down. I lost control there. Hand comes down, the knee comes up. Not easy to do, cross patterning. And rest. So that's a challenge to the brain and the body. While we still have our feet wrapped up, we'll turn our feet, if we can, onto the outside edges. So being aware of your knees, be careful with that. And squeeze the toes onto the support. Release. And squeeze. And stretch. And squeeze. And stretch. And then we're going to turn the feet the other way if it's possible. So we're going to take them out and gently, gently see how much of the inside edge of the foot you can get on the floor. Don't force it though. So if your knees say no, just leave that out. Then if you lift your left knee up, foot on the floor, and let the right leg on its own. Perhaps you can find some stretch. Move the foot, or put the top of the foot on the floor and get a little stretch through the quad. Hold on to your chair as you require. And here we may find that we can also press the front of the ankle a little bit down. Quite nice to do, stretching the front of the foot while the toes are wrapped. Lift that foot back up. Turn the body around the other way. And see if we can put the top of the foot down. Maybe pressing a little through the ankle. Thigh down. Holding onto your chair. So I'm quite near the front of my chair, otherwise I'd be touching the back of my thigh. And I'm holding on. And then releasing back to the center. Sitting back on your chair safely. So back onto those toes again. Keeping on the toes if you're able to. And perhaps doing a little toe dance. Little toe dance. And all around the circle. And the other way. And then we're going to stretch the legs out. So coming forward on the chair, hold on to the chair. Ready, steady, stretch. And back. Stretch. And pull them back together. And stretch. And pull. And stretch. And pull. And stretch. And pull. And rest. So we can do the same thing with our arms. Come from the center. Breathe in and go. Stretch. And back. Stretch. And back. Stretch. One more time. Lovely. And of course, if you're feeling very strong, you can do both at the same time. You're like one of those puppets. Woo! Out to the side. One more time if you've got the strength. And come back to center. Well done. So now you might like to pull the stuff from between your toes. And just find lots of space between your toes. So noticing how they feel once you've taken it away. So you've had it on for 5 minutes or so. And really nice feeling in the space in the toes. Of course, you can always put that wrapping around your toes at any time you feel it's appropriate for you to do that. You don't have to leave it for a time you're doing your yoga. You can do it at other times. We have that lovely space and feeling of freedom in our toes. And of course, if you have one of those, a ball, a tennis ball, a golf ball, or a spiky massage ball, you can massage the sole of your foot. Very releasing, very good for us to do. Keeping the connective tissue in the foot free, helping us to walk more appropriately. So the next thing we're going to do is, if it's possible, to come down to the floor. If you find you'd rather not do that, what you could do is, if you have any table or back of a chair or something nearby, you could move yourself around so that you can lean forwards onto a chair or onto a table. So if you have something like that, then you can move there. Otherwise, you come to stand, remembering how to stand. We lean forwards, put the weight into our feet, and come up. And we're going to turn our chair. I'm going to turn my chair around. You might just be able to turn yourself around. And you may find you want to have either a cushion or a blanket or something near the chair. And we're going to sit facing the chair. So as you come down, you're bringing yourself gently down onto the floor. And then you're going to sit your bottom down. And if you're able to, put your legs either side of your chair. The chair seat. You don't have to have your legs straight. You're sitting on your block, whatever you need. You have your cushion still on your chair in front of you, and they can come down a bit to make a slightly higher chair if that's more comfortable for you. And we want to, I've got my blanket here, and that would help to allow the body to tilt forward slightly. Very important that we're not back here trying to get to the chair. So once you've found that place, and of course, if you find that your knees don't like that, then you can have extra cushions, folded up perhaps underneath your knees to rest your legs. That's a really nice way of supporting your legs. You've got extra cushions or pillows, pop those underneath your knees. Whatever else you want to do is make sure we're not straining our backs. Yeah, it's not meant to be a strain on our lower back. Okay. And then when you feel that you've got some support under your legs, support if you need it under your sit bones, and lean yourself forward on your chair, and perhaps either forearms, or if you need something a little harder, a little higher, a bit more, and put your forehead on your arms or the chair edge. That's all we're doing at the moment. Just resting, leaning towards the chair. So remember, you could have the chair move to a desk and put your forehead on the desk instead. Have a cushion on the desk, have the chair up to the desk, and lean forward on the desk. So you don't have to be on the floor. And with your forehead down, what I'm looking for is for you to breathe in as you lift your head up and look forward. And as you breathe out, take your forehead back to the chair or your forearm. Breathe in, simply lift your head. Breathe out, lower it back down very gently. As you breathe in, lift. As you breathe out, lower. And now we're going to add a hum to that action. So as you breathe in, you lift your head, but as you breathe out, you hum. And all the time you're humming, you are moving. So you don't get to the chair before you've managed to finish your hum. So something like this. Four times, humming out, and then resting the head back down onto Breathing in where you are, lifting the head, breathing out, humming your forehead back down to the chair or the table, whatever you're using. When you finish those four, we're going to change the sound. The sound is going to become ooh. So breathing in and doing 4 times. Long breath in. Feel your chest expand as you breathe in. Then we're going to make 4 more, this time in ah sound. Breathing in deep and wide. Keep going. 2 more. Working with your length of breath, and the intention of this practice is lengthen your breath to enable you to breathe in deeply and to lengthen the breath through the changing of the sound. So it began with no sound, moved on to the hum, you then went to the ooh, and then to the ah, helping the body to breathe more deeply each time. And hopefully you find that your head has to really slow down as you bring your forehead down as you breathe out. That's the intention of this practice. And when you've completed your 4 bars, you can stay resting on your head on your pillow for a moment, noticing the body's weight. Then we're going to gently move the body, bend the legs, take away any props that you have for your knees, legs. And then carefully, if you're able to move your chair, if it's light enough, you can move it to one side. If it's not light enough, please be very careful and bring yourself over. First, move it off your face. Or if you have more space on the floor, move over to one side. Perhaps your mat is nowhere near, and you can put your mat somewhere else. Fine. And then coming down to lie on your front, if lying on your front is appropriate. Using any cushions or blankets that can support the pelvis, and if you need to, resting your forehead on your hand. Check your pelvis, your legs. You may want to move your legs a little wider apart. Then when you feel ready, coming up onto your elbows or your forearms for a sink. Remembering that if you have slightly rounded shoulders, this may be more appropriately done with your elbows further forward and resting your forehead in your hands or your chin in your hand. We allow sensation as if the shoulder blades were floating down towards the waist. few more breaths, lying on your side. Then bringing your forehead down onto your hands once more. You may want to bring your legs a little closer together. And we're going to invite the legs to lift one at a time. So as you breathe in, lift one leg from the floor as far as it will go. As you breathe out, lower it down. As you breathe in, lift the other leg from the floor. As you breathe out, lower it down. Doesn't matter how high it goes. Feel that lengthening and stretching through the front of the body as you engage the back of the body, buttocks, thigh, lower back. Alternating lifting and lowering. A few more times if you're able. Even if the leg doesn't really lift off the floor, the effort will engage the muscles that you require. Then resting and deciding whether you're going to travel back to a child's pose, pushing your forearms alongside your body and lifting the pelvis, gently moving back or rolling over onto your back and hugging your knees if that is appropriate for you. Once your back has eased, you may want to stretch yourself out to lie on your back, or you may wish to come back to your chair, or you may wish to come to sit on some supports and cushions or things on the floor. So whichever way you would like to come to be comfortable, either lying down, you can lie down, or if you'd rather sit, you can come to sit, or if you're happy to be up on a block or something, or kneeling, whatever works for your body and you at this time. So come to a comfortable position. You can go back up onto your chairs if you wish. Then come to lie on your back if you wish, putting cushions under your head, blankets over you, whatever you've got to hand, or your legs up on a settee. We're going to connect with our breath once more, using some words from a Buddhist. Thich Nhat Hanh. So when you're comfortable, when you're steady, you may like to close your eyes or drop your gaze. And we're going to draw our awareness to our breath. Aware of our breath and being in the present moment. Breathing in. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know. As the in-breath grows deep, the out-breath grows slow. Breathing in makes me calm. Breathing out brings me ease. With the in-breath, I smile. With the out-breath, I release. Breathing in, there is only the present moment. Breathing out, It is a wonderful moment. In, out. Deep, slow. Calm. Ease. Smile. Release. Present moment. Wonderful moment. In, out. With awareness on the in-breath, silently saying to yourself, in. With awareness of the out-breath, silently saying, out. In, out. Saying it to yourself until a peaceful and solid concentration as you're enjoying the practice. In, out. Then you can begin to work with the words deep, slow. Deep as you breathe in, slow as you breathe out. Inviting your body to breathe deeper and slower. And now calm, ease. Breathing in calm, breathing out ease. Calm. I am breathing in and making the activities of my whole body, mind calm and at peace. I am breathing out and making the activities of my whole body, mind calm and at peace. Ease means the feeling of not being pressured, feeling free. Our time is only for our breathing. Enjoying breathing. The most important thing at this moment. Calm. Ease. Smile. Release. When we smile, our joy and peace become even more settled, tension vanishing. It's a mouth yoga. Everyone has pain and suffering. We have to be able to let go of them and to smile at our suffering. And we can only do this when we know that the present moment is the only moment in which we can be alive. Present moment, wonderful moment. The present moment is the only moment. We are alive right now, breathing, smiling, releasing, present moment, wonderful moment. In your present moment, acknowledge your breath in. In this wonderful moment, feel the release of your breath out. That sense of surrender, releasing release of tension, letting go that comes with each breath out. Each breath in, our inspiration. Each breath out, a sense of letting go. Reducing stress, reducing anxiety. Being present. We have this, we can always come back to our breath. It is our tool and become our joy. If you're lying down, you may wish to stay there for a long while, or you may wish to roll over to one side now and bring yourself up to sit. If you're sitting, you may wish to bring your palms of the hands together in prayer position, Anjali Mudra, gesture of reverence. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, a wonderful moment. Namaste.